all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, H.O.I, who the world calls Christ. It's your brother Yaiquab, H.O.I, coming at you with some milk in the morning. And I just wanted to go over a quick little breakdown about the whole book being the law, right? Because what I've noticed in Israel, when certain topics come about, they want to say something is either lawful or unlawful. They really can't prove it in the law, within the parameters of the law. So they'll go elsewhere and say that the whole book is the law, right? Well, where do they get that from? We're going to find out, right? So first and foremost, we need to know how to prove sin, right? Whether something's lawful or unlawful, right? So 1 John 3 and 4, everybody knows this. Whosoever committeth sin also transgresses the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. So to say you're in sin, or somebody's in sin, or committing a sin, you have to be able to prove that in the law, right? But they'll go here, right? Let's go to John. They'll go to John 10th chapter down to verse 34, right? They'll say, and Yahweh answered them, is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods? Right? And they'll say, see, Yahweh said we're gods. That's not in the law. You see what I'm saying? That's not written in the book of Moses. And they'll go right here to Psalms 82 and 6 to try to back their claim up. And it reads, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. This is where they go. See, that's not in the first 5 books of Torah or the law. See that? Psalms is way down here. The law is way up there. So that is supposed to substantiate that the whole book is the law, which is not true, right? And all you have to do is simply go back to John, right? 10. We're going to start at 34, but we're going to jump around real quick. And Yahweh answered them, is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods? Right? Well, who is he talking to in this? Right? Let's start at verse 1. 10 and 1, it reads, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that endureth not, or Salaki, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a robber and a thief. So first thing you'll notice is this should be in red letter because it's Yahweh talking, right? But most importantly, the chapter starts off with him talking. So that means this is a continuation of a previous matter or conversation. Who is he talking to when he said ye are gods? Now watch this. All you have to do is go back to one chapter 9, and go to the bottom, right? And just read a couple verses up to find out who he was talking to. In verse 40, John 9 and 40, and it reads, and some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words. You see that? And some of the Pharisees. You see what I'm saying? So now we know that the people wanted to stone him because he was talking to the Pharisees saying, is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods? Well, what is he talking about in our law? Now, we just substantiated that Psalms 82 and 6 is not the book of the law, right? So let's find out where he actually got that from. We're going to go to Exodus 22, verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. So right there tells you who the gods are. But some people still might not understand that, right? So all you do to get that Hebrew word for gods, just go right here. We're going to type in Exodus 22 and 8. A lot of people know how to use Bible Hub. Oh, man, what happened? Here we go. Right? What I said, Exodus 22 and 8. Right? Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Right? Let's get the Hebrew word for gods. It's Strong's H430. Right? Which means Elohim or Elohim, however you want to pronounce it, right? What does that say? Rulers or judges. You see that? The very first thing that comes up, rulers or judges, right? So when you go back, it says, thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. It's telling you who the gods are. They're the rulers of your people. So when Christ was saying, ye are gods, right? Let's go back to John. There we go. John 10. When he said, ye are gods is written in your law, that's what he was quoting. How do we know that? Because he was talking to the Pharisees. Verse 40. See what I'm saying? And some of the Pharisees which were with him. You see that? And to further prove that the Pharisees are the rulers, watch this. Matthew 23, start at verse 1. Then spake H.O.I to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Moses was a ruler in Israel, which means if the Pharisees and the scribes are sitting in the seat that Moses left, that means they are rulers in Israel. Verse 3, all therefore whatsoever they bid you, observe and do. So he's telling them, whatever they tell you to do, do it. You see what I mean? He's telling you to do it. Listen to him. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. You see that? So he's saying, do what the scribes and Pharisees tell you to do. Just don't do what they do. You see what I mean? Why? Because they are rulers in Israel. Let's go back to Exodus. Right? 22, 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods. Who are the gods? It's Hebrew word Elohim, right there. Strong's H430, which means rulers or judges. So that's who Christ is talking to. That's who he's calling gods. You see what I'm saying? And let's further prove that real quick. Finally, wrap this thing up. This is how we know where the law is. You can start right here in Joshua 1 and verse 8. Right here. This is the book of the law. Or like it. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. You see that? So when you look back here, right? Table of contents. See that? Joshua is the 6th book in the Bible, the very first book after the law. So that would make everything from here up the law, right? Let's go to Nehemiah. We can go to we can do 8 and 1. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. And they spake unto Ezra, the scribe, to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel. You see that? The book of the law of Moses. What is the book of the law of Moses? That's these books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 books. All right. Let's further prove that. Let's go to Isaiah 8 and 20. And this is really important. Everybody knows this one. 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony. You see that? To the law and to the testimony. There's a difference there. It's clearly putting a difference between the law and the testimony. What is the testimony? Those are the prophets. To the law and to the prophets. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference there. You can't convict somebody just off a testimony. You gotta go to the law and prove that they broken that law. That's why we have a codified index of laws. So you can't say somebody's in sin and then go to Nehemiah to prove that they're in sin. You have to go to the law or to Yahweh first. You have to go to those 2 places first. Then you can get the testimony of how they broke that law to prove that they're emphatically guilty. You see what I'm saying? All right, last one. Matthew 5 and 17, another classic. And it reads, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. You see that? Even Yahweh is putting a difference between the law and the prophets, right? Because there's the law And then there's the testimony of that law, which is the prophets. All right. So next time a brother or sister or Christian or whoever tries to break out John 10:34 saying that the whole Bible is the law, and then they go to Psalms 82 to back their claim, right? They go here to back their claim. See, this ain't the law. All you have to simply do is go here to Exodus 22 and 28, right? Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the rulers of thy people. That's what Christ was quoting. And we can prove that one last time with, go back to Psalms, right? 82 and 6. Watch this. We're going to look that one up. Psalms 82 and 6, right? Where is it? Here it is. I have said ye are gods, right? Look at this. Let's get the Hebrew word, which is the same word, Elohim, right? Rulers or judges. Depending on the context. Now, you see what I mean? So in this context, this is talking about being divine ones, you know what I mean? Like angels and so on and so forth. That's why it says, but ye shall die like men, right? So this one is actually talking about angelic beings or divine ones. But this one in Exodus, which is in the law, is actually just talking about the people that is ruling over us, or the judges that rule over us at the time. That's all it's talking about. All right. So the whole book is not the law. The law is the law. The rest of the book is the testimony. All right. I hope this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Do so again in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Christ. It's your brother Yaiquab, H.O.I. Shalom.